I'm Emily Rose.
And I'm Dan Philgreen. Welcome to Shell Point Today for Thursday, March 28th.
Thank you for joining us for another exhilarating episode. On today's program, we're bringing in Deb Rex to discuss the final day of the resident survey. Laura Slack is here to talk about an international music act you won't want to miss.
And the concert is the Siberian Virtuosi, and it is 11 masterful violinists.
Roy Nestor is offering an invitation to his upcoming hurricane survey.
We wanted to just give you a little hurricane update since our last message. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Sharon. And Sharon, how are we looking on those surveys?
And David Lee is taking Culinary Capers on the road as he cooks up something good over at the Crystal.
But I'm excited to be here at the Crystal and behind the counter with our executive chef, Sean.
But first, we're preventing a catastrophic incident for our look back on this day in history. It's hard to believe that today marks the 40th anniversary of the 3 Mile Island nuclear disaster. It was at 4 in the morning when a pressure valve at the facility failed to close. That allowed cooling water to drain and led to the core of the nuclear reactor to begin overheating. Operators immediately realized that there was a problem and tried to shut off the system. The core would reach temperatures of over 4,000 degrees, and it was near a complete meltdown, which would have devastated Pennsylvania. Instead, the near catastrophe would lead to the release of a minimal amount of hydrogen gas, still dangerous due to radiation, but not enough to affect the general public. While no one outside of 3 Mile Island suffered health issues due to the disaster, the incident would erode the public's faith in nuclear power, and a new nuclear power plant has not been ordered in the United States since.
Coming up tomorrow, you can learn more about Shell Point's Connected Living program at a special forum. At 2 p.m. in the Grand Cypress Room, take part in some back-and-forth dialogue about the Connected Living program across the continuum of care. Multiple topics will be discussed that will include the opportunity to share feedback and ask any questions. If you have a question for tomorrow's Connected Living Forum, you're encouraged to pass them along now at connectedlivingforum@shellpoint.org to ensure that an answer will be provided at the event.
Also happening tomorrow, it's the weekly tradition of the Shell Point Farmers Market. Simply head to the Island Commons between 8:30 and 12:30 to check out the wide variety of goods from the amazing vendors that you've come to love. Sample the bounty of vibrant produce, handmade items, fresh baked goods, and so much more. Plus, there will be live entertainment, turning your farmers market trip into a refreshing and exciting morning. Get your weekend started the right way by heading down to the Island Commons and see what's new and what's familiar over at the Shell Point Farmers Market.
One frequent farmers market face is none other than David Lee. He's always checking out the bounty of goods that he can incorporate into one of his fantastic dishes at Culinary Capers.